What is up, guys? We are just a few hours away from kickoff. Browns and Colts, and I brought in two of my best friends here, even though I just met one of them about 20 minutes ago. It is JJ Gruden Grant Puskar from the Taking the Points pod. We're going to give you a little Browns-Colts preview to make sure you know who's going to win and how to make some money as well. JJ, first off, welcome. Grant, welcome to the UCSS studios. You guys do a great job giving out gambling picks. Before we get to the picks and how to make these people money, Grant, how you feeling about the game? We don't know if Deshaun's playing yet officially or not, but
I'm feeling
chances. You feeling good?
I'm feeling good.
You're drinking the Kool-Aid.
If I had to say today, again, Deshaun Watson's going to play Sunday. I believe so. I think he's going to come back. I believe the Colts' pass defense is bottom 5 in the league, somewhere around there.
Yep.
So they're going to get after it. Again, Jerome Ford looked great last week against the 49ers. I watched some film breakdowns of him. I looked great running the football. And that defense, I know you said we're going to get to a little bit later. Favorite prop of the day for that game? I've got one. It involves Gardner Minshew, but I'm feeling really good about the game.
JJ, you like the Browns' chances to win their first back-to-back games in quite a while?
It's definitely going to be interesting, man. It's going to be definitely interesting seeing Deshaun Watson come back and seeing if he can kind of get back into the groove of things after missing a couple games. The Colts defense is no joke, though. You know, it could be a coming down spot for the Browns. I hate to be the bearer of bad news.
We talked about it.
However, you know, based on how well that defense is playing and Gardner Minshew being in and how bad he played last week, they could probably build some momentum on the defensive side of the ball. So we'll see what happens.
We were digging into some stats leading up to this week, and Gardner Minshew, according to PFF, and PFF's flawed. It's not a Bible by any means, but he has the highest percentage of turnover-worthy throws under pressure and the highest percentage of turnover-worthy throws from a clean pocket in the league. What do the Browns do better than everyone else? Get pressure on the quarterback by sending 4 or 5. That is a recipe in my mind for a heavy, heavy turnover-laden day for the Browns, who somehow are 3-0 despite losing the turnover battle in every game this season. If I had told you before the year started, JJ, the Browns would be 3-2 and 0-5 in the turnover battle, would you call me crazy, stupid, dumb, insane, or all the above?
All of the above. All of the above. You never hear anything like that. But, you know, they're playing great on that defensive side of the ball. It's fun to watch. So, you know, we'll see what happens in this game. I think they're going to get after Gardner Minshew, though, at the end of the day. It's going to be a low-scoring game, I feel. But, yeah, again.
Grant, you feel the same way? Is this another defensive dominance performance that we'll be talking about on Monday?
I can see a game very similar to the Titans game, right? We won that game, I believe, 27-3.
Yep.
So I can see us putting up 20-24, and then they 3-6, right? Again, Gardner Minshew is going to turn the ball over. I think this is a game where they reverse that script on the turnover battle, win it by, I think the Browns defense could accumulate 3 turnovers this week. Indoors, good weather, that defense is going to get after it. I think it's a great game for Deshaun Watson to get back. I mean, indoors, right? No better game to come back. But yeah, that defense is going to get after it, and I see 3 turnovers, and I think the Browns win 20. If I had to find a score prediction right now, 24-6.
24-6. So you're saying take the under, take the over on the Gardner Minshew turnover props?
Yes.
And we'll get to those in a sec, but who's scoring a touchdown for the Browns? Give me an anytime touchdown scorer pick here for the Cleveland Browns.
I think David Njoku gets in this year,
Okay.
this week, excuse me. I know last week got called back. You know, fans on Browns Twitter, whatnot, have been calling for him to have more production. He's improved in the blocking game a ton, right? We've seen it so far this year. And again, touchdown call back. He's going to get one this week. David Njoku is going to find the end zone, maybe 10, 5-yard line, little play action. He's going to get in.
JJ, you got a favorite pick on that one?
I like a little cheeky play. I
Okay.
do. I like Donovan Peoples-Jones. I think this is going to be an interesting one. He's going to have a lot of plus money on this one. But again, look for Deshaun Watson to get him involved a little bit. I think it's going to be his guy in the red zone.
Yeah, we talked about DPJ this week, and a guy who had almost 900 yards last season has been MIA, to say the least, this season. His targets are down, his catches are down, and just his overall factor in how the Browns have culminated this offense. But if there is a secondary to throw the ball against, it would be Indianapolis, who's very susceptible in that sense.
Honestly, Donovan Peoples-Jones is the type of receiver where you kind of forget about him a little bit, and then all of a sudden he just comes along in a few games later in the season and he scores a couple touchdowns. I think this is the game right here.
One wide receiver I'm interested to see how it performs this week is David Bell. He was an unsung hero last week, right? That fourth and
down
four
catch was huge.
Beautiful catch. We haven't seen Cedric Tillman too much, but it's funny. I do like DPJ this week. But again, I think it's going to be interesting to see how they use David Bell moving forward, because out of nowhere, all season hasn't done anything similar to DPJ, but on 4th and 4 comes in, makes one of the biggest catches of the year to help them win that game. So I'm excited to see after that how they rely on him moving forward.
And not just was it a big catch, PJ Walker took a 3-step drop,
Yep.
planted his foot, and that was, to me, and I'm never played football past 2nd grade, I tell you that all the time, that was the first read. Like, they were 5 wide, quick read, and he went right to David Bell. And at least from a young receiver standpoint like him, that's got to build some confidence that Stefanski had the confidence in him to be like, hey, this is the most crucial offensive play of the game. We're going to you.
Absolutely, and even going back to that game against Pittsburgh, right, when Deshaun Watson threw that tight end past Harrison Bryant, these guys that don't produce, clearly they trust Harrison Bryant there, right, to give him the ball in the first play of the game, and then David Bell, clearly there's a trust factor there that we obviously might not know, but again, what happens with DPJ, we don't know. I know you've seen the rumors, right? I think Brad Stainbrook tweeted possibly about them moving on from him if they can't find a role, but again, I'm just interested to see how that David Bell production goes up and if they continue to trust him and have scripted plays for him because, again, you said it correctly. That was the first read for that play. So who knows what they're going to script up for him going forward.
We still have not gotten official word yet from the Browns on who will be the starter. Mind you, we're taping this Saturday, as we always do for your preview content. If it is P.J. Walker, let's just go in the hypothetical realm if it is P.J. Walker. Can the Browns still cover?
JJ, go ahead.
It's going to be close, man. It's going to be close because the Colts are good, and Gardner Minshew can come in and give you some good games too. Honestly, even if Deshaun Watson plays, I kind of like the Colts plus 3.5. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I don't want to hurt your guys' feelings. I know this is a Browns podcast, but I think that hook is going to mean a lot in this one. I think it's going to be a lot closer than people think. It's going to be a low-scoring game. Even if Deshaun Watson does come in and play, I think that rotator cuff is going to kind of bother him. It's going to take him some use to get him back into the swing of things. P.J. Walker, too. If he's in there, it's going to be a low-scoring, too. So that's where I'm at, man. I'm on the under in this game.
Grant?
See, I think even if P.J. Walker plays again, call me a homer, whatever you want. I know Coach Jason over there likes to call me a homer quite a bit, but I think they cover with P.J. Walker or Deshaun Watson. The reason I say this is because last week, when P.J. Walker against San Francisco, when he threw that interception and they came down and scored, took the lead 17-13, old Browns teams would have folded, game would have been over. If they're going to be different, and we know, Mikey, you've been in here for a while now, right? Every time the Browns have a really good game, what happens next week? It's a letdown. They play down to their opponent. So if this team really is different this year, whether it's P.J. Walker or Deshaun Watson, I think we're going to see them cover, and we're going to find out just how team this good is in the mindset of this team going forward.
Yeah, I think they can cover either way because the defense is so good. And if you only have to score 14 points to cover a 3.5-point spread, I'll take it. So let's make some picks, guys. It is a 3.5-point spread over-under set right now at 40.5 points. JJ, it sounds like you're going with the Colts in the under. Am I reading that correctly?
Look, I'm not going to bet either side of the game. I'm not taking the Colts, nor am I taking the Browns. I think it's a weird spot for both teams, but I do like the under here. Look for the Colts to really do some work down on the ground with Jonathan Taylor coming back now. I think he's easing into things more. Zach Moss is playing really, really good. I don't think they're going to try to make any mistakes with Gardner Minshew and force them into any trouble. So I like them to kind of take control of the game, run some time off the clock. Being at home is huge. If they're going to want to win this game, they're going to have to do it with time of possession, and it's going to be a low-scoring affair if that's the case.
And do you have one particular prop that you want to give the people out in the UCSS world to help them make some money on Sunday?
I like Jonathan Taylor's over rushing yards. I think he's going to come back this week. I know it's been a couple games where he had a couple carries. You thought that Zach Moss is overtaking his role, but if you're looking at a spot like 46.5, 47.5 yards for him, I think he's going to actually get over that rushing yard total. I hate to say it because he is a Colt for you guys, but we're going to see the old Jonathan Taylor come back. I think he's kind of coming back to the swing of things. So,
Grant, 3.5. Over-under, give me a player prop.
What is the exact over-under right now? Is it 37?
I see right now 40.5.
40.5. Okay, I'm going to go Browns to cover, minus 3.5. I'm going to take the under as well because, again, 24-6, right place in my play earlier. And then I'm taking Gardner Minshew over a half interception. Again, they're going to win the turnover battle. Gardner Minshew, they're going to get down, which they did last week, right? They're going to have to throw the football. At defense, going to wreak havoc. Prop of the day. I know you've run on interception props a little bit this year. I'm taking Gardner Minshew to throw an interception tomorrow as well.
The odds on that have to be pretty
I think they're even money. I think Tim to throw an interception is like minus 120.
I love that pick too. I'm going to give you guys a 15-1 same game parlay because I'm crazy. I like the Browns to cover. I like the under, and I like Jerome Ford to score the first touchdown in this game. Colts run defense a little suspect. Their best defensive tackle against the run is out. Glover has been suspended for 6 games for taking some substance he wasn't supposed to use. So that's a 15-1 same game parlay. Give me the Browns minus 3.5, under 40.5 points in Jerome Ford to score the first touchdown because it doesn't matter who's at quarterback as long as I hand it off to Jerome Ford. I think behind this offensive line they will have some success. That's going to wrap up the pregame content here on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. Make sure you guys tune back in at the 2-minute warning for the UCSS postgame show. I want to thank JJ and Grant from Taking the Points Pod for joining us. You can find them for all their gambling picks. They do game spreads and over-unders for every single game with not just these two, but former NFL head coach Jay Gruden on any place you find your podcast. So, guys, appreciate you coming in, and let's hope we're celebrating a Browns victory tonight. Peace.